Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching the Vampire Diaries. This is episode 5 of season 7. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the first 4 episodes of this season, because I have anyway. It's literally been great. I've enjoyed the introduction of the new characters, the way it's been directed. It's been fantastic. Last episode, you know, Damon, he's finally let Elena go. He pretty much sent her away. You know, it's interesting because we're now going to get a Damon. We're going to see a side of him that isn't reliant on Elena. I know obviously when he was first introduced he was going after Catherine, and then obviously she come and then he ended up going after Elena. So far every part of Damon that we've seen has been pursuing a female or with one, and now we're going to see a Damon on his own. What's he going to do? To me, right, it sounds like he's grew up so much. He seems like he wants to defend his city, so to speak. Like, the heretics have come in, they've changed it, they've destroyed it, they've evacuated everybody. Now obviously, do you know what? Now when you look at the city compared to the way they're acting now in the present compared to the acting in the first episode, I don't think Mystic Falls really does need everybody gone out of it. You've seen it. You know what they called Nora, Mary Louise. They went to a college party and they didn't really kill anyone. Obviously they planned to, because they said to Stefan and Damon, every half an hour or something that you don't give Oscar back, then we're going to go out and kill people. And they killed a few at the start, but not really. Do you know what I mean? Like, they evacuated Mystic Falls in fear that every single person was going to get slaughtered. But in reality now, when you look at it, they're not really killing many people. Obviously Oscar saying that he smoked everyone off last episode, didn't he? He went on a ripper binge and ripped out a whole bus. But that's because, personally, he got resurrected from Bonnet and from Alaric using that stone, and he's come back and he's got a thirst, his hunger, his desire to go and feed. Now, obviously, when we're seeing him, when he was first introduced, he wasn't like that. You know, he wasn't going around killing everybody. He was happy and he was quite energetic and funny. And then obviously now he's a Ripper side, and Lily's come over, she had to stop him. And it looks like we've got Ripper Lily, Ripper Stefan, Ripper Oscar, which is quite decent, to be fair. But Damon, he was like, these people in this bus, they did not deserve to die. You know, that is a different side of Damon. Like one that's evolved, is caring about other people that's not even in his little circle, you know. He cares about Bonnet, obviously. He even was saying about Matt, how he didn't want Matt innocently to die. He didn't want Matt's death on his hands. You know what I mean? Damon doesn't usually care about nobody's death. Everybody can die. So I'm interested with that. I would love him to become, like, I was going to say the sheriff, like the new Caroline's mum. Do you know what I mean? The power of the town, the human faction. But obviously it's not going to be. But Matt's kind of taken over that role. Not really seen Tyler much, have we? We've seen him in one, I think, a future phone call, and then we've seen him in a little bit at the end there where he drove a hearse or a van, and that's where they put Elena's coffin in. But they did do the trade, didn't they? He gave up basically Damon. He went to give Oscar back to Lily, but he was disappeared, and then he found him dead because obviously Valerie killed him. Now he was shitting it, and that's why he went to Alaric. He was like, "Look, we're gonna have to resurrect him now," and he did, and it worked. And then he took a selfie with him, and she's like, "Right, come on, we'll do the trade off." And that's the reason why. Obviously, then Oscar broke his door and ran off, but Lily seen him savaging on everybody, so she knew that it wasn't Damon that was doing anything or lying about having him in his possession. So she done the trade, and obviously Damon, he used an analogy that he had a bottle of wine and he put it in his cupboard and he left it for 64 years or something, and he got it out and tasted it, and it was never as good as he expected. You know, holding on to something for so long, when you actually get it back, it's not what you quite really thought it was going to be, and he can't really sit around and wait and hope that she's going to come back. That's pretty much what he was getting at anyway, and he's writing in a journal, a diary as well. So we've seen Bonnet, we've seen Caroline, Stefan and Damon do it now. I'm actually liking that. It's very good. Now, we had the backstory of Valerie as well. I think it's well interesting. She's been pregnant, and she had Stefan's child before he turned to a vampire in 1863. And I mean, Stefan doesn't know this, and he was like her first love and she was his first love, and I think that she still loves him now. It sounds like she's carried his journal around with her for centuries. She took it from the house that they lived in, and was it in 1904? That was in the prison world. And I want to know, is she going after Stefan or not? I don't know, because when we go to the future episode in the previous one, when we jumped in, Caroline was working at a news station in the future. in Texas, I believe. I don't know if that's really far from Mystic Falls. And you know, she wasn't with Stefan. She was engaged to somebody else. So I'm interested to see how we get into these situations. I'm enjoying the future jumps because none of it makes any sense. I mean, it makes sense when you're watching it, but it just doesn't make sense to like, how did we get there? What's happening? But in a good way, because it's keeping me engaged. I'm really excited to see at what point the show ticks and we start getting this ripple of everybody separating, going different ways, everybody changing. Now, I'm wondering if it's when this Julian actually comes back, because this is what Lily's trying to do. She's trying to resurrect him. She's his love. He's her love, whatever's. And Enzo, now he doesn't want to do that. Now he's found out. He's teamed up with Valerie. He wants to keep it a secret as well, that she knows where his resting place is. Now Oscar knows where it is and he might spill. So I don't know if they're going to go after him or what. I don't know. It's interesting. But I can't wait to jump into today's episodes. If you guys do enjoy it, please smash a like on the button. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, thanks for clicking on my video. Let's jump into today's episode.
Is there something you wanted to talk about?
I've been thinking a lot about how one stupid decision can turn your life into something that you don't recognize. I made a mistake and I lost someone I love. All I can do is try and find a way to live with it.
So this is really intense. It's got me hooked. I say it every time, it's got me hooked, man. I've got to say, right, Bonnie, prime example why people don't have to wear makeup. Did you see her there, man? She just looks perfectly fine, natural. She just still looks just as beautiful. I know obviously makeup makes everybody look a bit better, but everyday ladies, you don't have to, man. Be your natural self. You just look just as good. She looks fantastic.
What are you doing here?
Bad of love.
What the fuck am I watching there, mate? How have we got to this moment? This is what I'm saying. How we getting to these moments? I'm well interested.
Yesterday she was dead, today she's alive. Term papers. They were jamming up your inbox.
Do is write interesting point in a few margins and then give everyone a B+. She's okay. What does it matter now?
Because in less than 24 hours, I raised 2 people from the dead. No research, no rehearsal time, and no contingency plan.
I would have thought she'd wear gloves, so it didn't give her. Oh, she's awake.
Hey, sweetheart. How you feeling?
I'm starving.
This is torture for you, isn't it?
No!
Mental checklist of all the things you need to do today?
Kidding me?
I brought you some free-range, overpriced coffee. 1 cream, 2 sugars, just like you like it. Why such a grumpy Gus? Thought you'd want to celebrate today. Rick saved his lady from the great beyond. Everything is coming up Salvatore. I'm going to be the man that does right by Elena all on my own. We are going to interrogate a tall, beautiful heretic with a terrible attitude. I am missing something here.
Oh, Stefan and Valerie are old flames from way back.
As in V-card, Valerie? Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Broke your heart.
Enjoy it, mate. It's the last of it.
It was kind of you to sit with him all night. My mother always used to keep fresh flowers when expecting guests.
Julian, I presume.
Yes, he'll arrive home today if all goes as planned. There's no reason the 2 of you shouldn't get along.
He's still sitting there. Darling, it's Nora. Do you remember me?
Guess what, Oscar? Julian's coming back.
Oh, he's clearly unwell. We can't just leave him here.
Lorenzo, you wouldn't mind keeping an eye on him, would you?
Where are you? Because Lily and company are right behind you. Never underestimate Lily's relentless devotion to getting what she wants.
How did you...
Little bird brain said you stole his car and sped out of Mystic Falls.
You kindly move your car?
That car? I need to ask you why you killed your faux brother Oscar and framed me for the murder. So I'm gonna go to my car, get my phone. I'm gonna call Lily. We're just talking here. Valerie.
God, I'm a roommate horror story.
Mr. Bet has seen a half-naked male all semester.
Don't look at me for advice. I just sent my boyfriend to spend the day with his first love.
You are either completely insane or the most secure woman in the world.
Clear away all the 19th century drama so they can get on with their lives. So are you going out to meet a guy?
No, I'm going to Mystic Falls to discuss magic with a heretic I just brought back.
You killed Oscar because he knew how to get to Julian, but you hate Julian.
Julian annihilated an entire coastline on Christmas Day, and yet Lily is still hopelessly in love with him.
How did you two, meet?
At the town fair.
That's awesome. You know when you didn't show? This guy wrote 10 pages in his journal.
Go on, man. This bit is absolutely hilarious.
If you're not in, spare me the car ride and let me out.
He's in. I'll watch.
That woman is dying inside me. You can see. I think she's fucking, like, really wants Stephanie. She's gagging. She's definitely not got over him. Damon's hilarious, man. It's just that guy is just like, please shut up, and he just carries on, and you just like sink in your chair. He's just one of them.
I'm Joe. You're Alaric.
Oh, they've lost
You
the
go by
memory.
Rick because it's an odd name. Did you make it?
No,
Microwave.
it's delivery. Made somewhere else and then someone drives it over. Hey, look, let's open this bottle of wine, huh? It's gotta be 5 o'clock in the afternoon somewhere, right?
Do you have bandages? I'll wrap it for you.
Actual stuff coming back.
The medicine cabinet above the sink.
Yeah, it's kicking in.
One makeup exam down, 2 more to go.
I have issued a no hanky-panky zone. No former flames will reignite on my watch.
Take you to dinner tonight.
Because you're feeling guilty for spending the day with your ex. Did she make a move on you?
Nothing happened. I just need to hear that our time together was a lie. I will be once you tell me what time I'm picking you up tonight.
That's cute.
I need an accelerant to burn Julian's body.
We haven't even killed the guy yet.
We don't need to kill him.
What, are you gonna charm him to death?
He's been dead since 1903.
That's interesting. I mean, obviously, I thought he was dead as well, but it's interesting that they're looking at each other concerned. And I loved how she said, "Are you daft?" Because that is a standard British phrase. I always say it, mate, "Are you daft?" So I love that, literally, really do. Do you know what I thought was hilarious? Caroline using iPhone headphones using a Samsung phone. I thought that was quite funny as well.
I'm afraid this house no longer has an open door policy with the local riffraff. Should we spend a few moments catching up before I throw you out? Am I your nerve sticking around? Maybe the danger gives you a thrill. Could be a case of puppy love.
I need to talk to Oscar.
What about?
Which business?
Forget all about Mr. Chompers and his very bad manners.
Came to ask you about the Phoenix Stone.
You got me out of there.
Why would Oscar stash Julie?
You got me out of there. Shit. So it's not Oscar, it's a different person. I'm saying then that's come. So whoever was inside that stone, when Bonnie held it and she seen people screaming, now maybe they was killed or something and the soul or something went inside the stones, and now she's put them down onto Oscar, and one of their souls has come out and gone into him, and then he put it on Joe, and one of them have come out. So it's actually not Joe and it's not Oscar, it's the curses inside. This is fascinating. Like I said, I feel like the stone and Oscar and Joe are going to be the catalyst to the reason why people are going to start getting cuts, the X's on them. And that is the reason why we're going to be getting the downhill and everyone getting separate everywhere.
I was thinking it's probably a good thing that you and I cut things short.
Yeah, it doesn't exactly sound like you've lived the life of a saint either.
Hey, lovebirds. Quit your bickering. Clever.
Oscar and his stupid prank. Lee is determined to reunite Julian's body with his lost soul. She needs the Phoenix Stone.
Phoenix Stone, huh? Never heard of it.
Good on you. Whoever you brought back seemed to pull the wool over Lily's eyes. You didn't raise Oscar from the dead, you clods. You jammed one of those souls into his body.
I'm gonna need you to tell Rick that we made a tiny mistake and that that's not his wife.
Oscar's
It's not Oscar.
Just some random vampire. Cut the conversation short. Call Rick from the car on the way home.
fine, but you owe me.
Thanks, Bon Bon.
I have to head back to work more.
I meant to ask you about this pretty stone. Lily's been looking for one just like it.
Bargain bin was full of them. I'm sure they have more.
Why does everyone keep calling me Oscar?
My name's not Oscar!
Hey, you want to get some fresh air?
This was mine, wasn't it?
It's your wedding dress.
What happened to me?
Your brother had a lifelong vendetta against you. I'm gonna explain everything when you're feeling better.
Stabbed in the heart.
No, he came at you from behind.
She remembers her own death.
Don't touch me.
Oh.
Stay away from me.
You know we got nowhere to siphon that repulsion spell you put on Caroline. Why'd you do it?
What do you want me to say? I like seeing people suffer. I'm not a horrible person.
Doesn't look dead to me.
His body's been preserved with magic. Incendia.
Get in there. Oh. Oh, what?
Guess it ain't a party until the mean girls show up.
Shit.
Earls, I'll meet you in the car. I need a minute with Valerie. Oscar always did covet Julian's ring. Bo found him easily with a locator spell.
Bringing him back will only make things worse.
So you go behind my back with my own sons.
You were so blinded by your love for him, it's like no one else exists.
Hey.
Whatever lies Valarie's told you, that's all they are.
Before we just hand him over, you mind telling us what we're missing here?
The man I didn't think I deserved, the one I fought for, he makes me better, Damon.
Oh, I want her to be on their
Hey,
side.
you. We didn't make it better. Who do you think gave Kai the idea to put Elena in that sleeping beauty coma? She wanted to make you pay for refusing to help rescue us from the prison world.
Screw Julian. I'll kill you.
Yeah, chill out.
Spelling the door? I thought you were leading us to a secret passage.
First, give me that stone back. Great, because we need another heretic running loose around here.
He's a long-lost vampire boyfriend.
Then you definitely don't need it.
What makes you think I want romantic advice from a lovelorn witch? I think Oscar just learned how to siphon.
Hey! Whatever you're thinking, we're not gonna do that. Turning a new leaf.
Screw the new leaf. Stole Elena from me and every ounce of happiness I've ever known.
So just tell me that you're fine, and you're not gonna do anything stupid.
I'm fine.
Do you know what, right? This isn't... I don't even know what... this season, I think so far it's one of my favourite ones. And I don't know why, because not much shit is going on in terms of, like, action and deaths. And, like... But I think it's just because of how... Because it's been... Right, if this was introduced in season 1, right, I don't think I'd be enjoying it as much as I am right now. I think it's because it's so different to what we've had before that I'm enjoying the total difference. We've literally, like, I don't know, like, spun it, literally. Like, it feels fresh and new and exciting, mate. I do know what's going on, but I don't really know how it's, like, how we're going to play out. Like, I'm trying to still figure out who's a good, who's a bad guy. I keep saying with the sisters when we get the pecking order, but then we see Valerie, and then we see why she hates this guy, and then I'm kind of like, okay, she's not even that bad, actually. Yeah, I want her to be on Stefan and Damon's side. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously you've got Lily, she's doing that to Elena. She give Kai the idea. You know, we've got these people back. Oscar's a different person. Joel's a different person. We've seen the future jumps between everybody's in different situations. I mean, at the start we got Enzo and it's just like, I'm really hooked because it's like it's keeping everything fast. It's kind of fast paced, lots of information, and everything is being dabbled into, and we're not starting something and then disappearing and then we're not getting more information until 3-4 episodes time. It's kind of like everybody's playing a relevant part and we're just dipping in all over, and I'm intrigued in every single storyline. I actually am. I'm intrigued in every single storyline.
Give me the stone! Fetch.
Yeah, I'm glad Enzo's killed him.
Find his keepers.
Pointless. If Lily doesn't kill me, Julian will. If I'd have known how deeply you'd hate me, I would have acted differently. The truth is, I was coming back for you. Julian caught me trying to leave. I was pregnant.
No, he's found out.
What did he do to you?
Made sure it wasn't a problem anymore. I'm so sorry.
She's got nothing to be sorry about, technically.
Pretty sure that Damon and Bonnie brought him back with this.
Soul in the stone has to be reunited with the proper body. Where did you get it?
Why would Valerie throw away everything?
According to her, I'm too blinded by his charms to see his flaws. Call it what you will. The devotion, control. You're asking me to choose between you and Julian. Please understand.
I'm surprised he's given it her. Like, I mean, that answer was obvious, wasn't it? Oh, she's trying to muster up the courage.
Hey.
You with Joe? We made a mistake. Stone doesn't bring people back from the dead. It is just an old relic full of souls. It's not her. I'm meeting up with Damon. We can come by and figure this out together.
I just want to talk.
I realized I have no idea how to use that thing. The thing about this world is familiar to me. Not even my own reflection.
You're not my wife.
If I'm not Joe, who am I?
They can find out, though. Innit?
And we'll figure this out together.
Should I move the reservation tonight?
Oh, she's been stood up.
I'm actually still in Mystic Falls.
Bonnie told me how the stone actually works. Is there anything else monumental that I should know about?
No, nothing.
You didn't say a word the whole way back.
I want to kill Julian for what he did to you.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm sorry that you had to go through this.
I took my own life. I obviously didn't realize I had vampire blood in my system. Far cry from that girl you met at the fair, isn't it?
She's just a lost
It's
person
funny how
again.
an event can change the outcome of your entire life.
Please don't tell anyone.
Isn't it?
Wanted a child. Yes.
I should run.
No, I need to
won't
be.
let Lily get her hands on that stone.
I do not go behind people's backs and torture them. I like my enemies to look me in the eye and see the depth of my rage. I want her to taste true happiness.
Julian.
And then I want to rip his head off right in front of her.
Too much for the new leaf, huh?
Tell me I'm not doing right by Elena.
Doing the right thing.
By Elena.
Crazy Bonnie as well. it's interesting because, right, I like this Valerie. I actually do like her. Now, I thought she was a bad person. I didn't really care if she was bad. I actually do like the story that we've been told with Stefan. I've enjoyed it. So I haven't really got a bad thing to say about her. To be honest, I haven't got a bad thing to say about any of them, apart from Lily. She does me head in a little bit. But I'm really enjoying the stories. Now, I kind of feel tight on Caroline because I kind of feel like Stefan likes Valerie, but like unintentionally. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you hardcore love somebody and then you lose them, she never was bad to him. They never fell out. She was never nasty. And it was just one of those things, I love you, never seen you again. He's always been in his heart as like a first love, you know, his first person he slept with. She's got that little bit in his heart that he's never really, like, he's grew old and he's forgot. But when he sees her, he remembers it. And I kind of feel like he still likes her. Maybe not like, I want to be with you, but he has a soft spot. And then, because she really likes him, and then he kind of just likes her even as a friend, then it makes Caroline feel awkward on the side, which I can't really blame. I'm not even going to blame Stefan. It's just it's just a weird dynamic. And the fact that he's found out he's going to be a dad, it's tough for him and all that. And this guy that's come back, and Damon, obviously, he wants him to come. I'm surprised Enzo gave the stone, but Damon said he wants him to come back. Now, I can't wait for the moment where Damon kills this guy in front of her. But from what we've seen in episode 1, I'm thinking that's not happening. Do you know what I mean? I'm actually thinking that it's not happening. I have no idea where the story's going, which is exciting because I'm enjoying the episodes that I'm watching and the information that's being displayed. And then because we're getting a jump to the future, I think that's why I'm enjoying the season so much, because I'm enjoying what I'm seeing here. So it's kind of like all the other seasons. You're watching it, you're like, oh, this is good, this is great, this is really good. But you're also getting a 2-minute clip each episode of the future. So like, because you're enjoying now, but you know what the future looks like, you're constantly like, well, this is good, but how the hell we got there? Does that make sense? Like, you're thinking of you're judging it twice. You're like, this is great, this information, the action is fantastic, but how have we got to that one? So then you're like, what's the story going to be? Who's going to betray who? What's the outcome going to be? Yes, I can't wait for you, Damon, to kill that Julian. And then you're like, but is he going to kill him? Because Damon was in a box at the start, and how did he get there? Do you know what I mean? So it's one of those where, like, I'm watching 2 programs in a way, and I'm like trying to guess both storylines, and it's just got me hooked. Okay, and that's gonna wrap up today's episode. Like I just said there, like, I feel like not that I'm watching 2 shows, but I've got 2 stories, and because we're only getting a little bit of the future, what we are getting is like totally different to the present. That it's got me hooked on them, because what I've seen has excited me. But I'm constantly thinking, how have we got to that situation? And now I'm watching the present, I'm just enjoying the storyline in itself. So we got, like, the future, how did we get there? Look, how did Damon get in a box? Who's Stefan running from? And who was shooting him with the arrows? Second one, why is Caroline in Texas? Why is she working in a news station? Who's the fiance who shot her? Next one, Alaric, he's got 2 kids. Who's it with? This girl would be interesting inside Joe. And why has he fell out with Damon? Next one, Bonnie. I'm sure there's one more. But next one, Bonnie going out with Enzo. What the hell, mate? Literally, what the hell? And I'm just like, how good is that? You know, you're looking at it, you're like, how good is that? How have we got to that? What's going on? And then you've also got the present. Just all the stuff going down. This guy coming back, Julian. I like the fact that they went and they found him and they went to burn him and they had the spell on, and Nora, Mary, Louise and Lily was there, and obviously they seen her do it, and now they're not happy with her. She's not just gonna let her walk back home, is she? Surely. But I know that Valerie, she doesn't want Lily to know that she was pregnant. But the thing is, I think that could change an outcome on an opinion on someone. Yeah, okay, she's hardcore in love with somebody, yeah, but like, Lily sees these as her children. So if she was like, look, this guy, I'm your child, even though you're not, but we'll just say that because she has two families. I'm your child, and that's your child. Oh, it sounds weird actually, I'm going to say this. And we're having a kid together. And then this guy's come in and he's killed it. And he abused me, he battered me, and threw me. And like, Lily should be like, you know, no matter her feelings to this guy, should take that into consideration and be like, why have you done that to my children, you know? But she's too scared of saying this information because I feel like she's scared of Lily knowing that her and Stefan was a thing and a potential to be parents, you know. So she'd rather nobody know that. But I feel like disclosing that to Stefan has brought them closer, which it should do, because they never really fell out and they always got a mutual respect to each other. And I feel sorry for Caroline because she's kind of like the innocent in the middle, and she's just like, there's nothing that she can do. And to be honest, there's nothing Stefan can do. It's like his past life being dropped in his present life, and he's kind of like trying to figure out what's going on. And you know what I mean? You can't control that. It's beyond your means. And we've got obviously the good information that the people who come back are not actually people that passed. So we've got new people in the bodies. Now I'm trying to think. Oscar, he went blood crazy, didn't he? Where Joel's not yet. So he's come. See, this is interesting because he was kind of rippering Oscar, and now Lily would have known that if Oscar was a ripper, that it was him or not. Because if it wasn't him, she should be thinking, why is this guy killing everyone? Why is he thirsty for blood 24/7? If that isn't what Oscar was originally like. Do you know what I mean? Where Joe, she's come back, she's kind of, I would say, pretty normal, to be honest. I feel like it's one of those things where like me, if I died now and I woke up in 200 years' time, I'd just be like, well, what the hell's going on, mate? What's this? What's this food? What's that? I tell her, what the hell is it? Do you know what I mean? Like, you walk outside, who are all these people, you know? So this Joe is acting more of just a person that's just woken up in a new millennium, and she's not acting like a vampire, witch, nothing, not trying to kill anyone. Just a bit confused, where this guy was trying to kill everybody, thirsty for blood. You know, when they showed him that the stone, he wanted it, he was going for it. He must have known that inside that stone he was still there, get back to his body, but he ended up dying. Obviously Enzo killed him, don't blame him. The guy was trying going after Bonnie. I'm really fascinated how them two are a couple. Me, like, literally, that's the progression of that, and how we're going to get to it is going to be very entertaining to watch for sure. And then this guy is obviously back now, Julian. I want to know if he's going to pretend that he's a nice guy for a little bit and worm his way in and then be the arsehole that he is, or if he's just going to come back and try and beat it straight away. Now, I want Valerie, Damon and Stefan to be on the same team and go after them. I kind of want Damon to know about Stefan being a dad as well. Well, potentially could have been, because I think that it'll just add fuel to the flames. Is that what it is? You know, he's throwing it on there and just build his anger up even more. And he'll want to do that by his brother as well, not just for himself, going after Lily, because she's the reason that Elena's down where she is, because she gave Kai that the idea to do that. But now he's got his thing to go after her. Lily's got her, Valerie's got her thing, and then Damon, Stefan's obviously got his thing as well, and then Damon's got another one to avenge his brother pretty much as well, and it's good. Like I said, I'm actually really enjoying it. I really am. I just think the way they're displaying it and passing out the information, that they're not keeping it in and they're not dragging it along. They're just dropping it in perfectly, and every character is getting a bit of dabbling in each episode, so it's not like anybody's being left out. Now, I actually think that the Alaric and this girl, whoever it is an interesting situation, because like I said, she doesn't seem like a bad person yet, and she's just a confused a soul trying who possibly may want to live. Now, I was going to say, surely not every single person inside that rock is bad. So then it excites me, because I'm thinking Alaric is one of those things where he's going to be like, look, I'll help you. Yeah, figure it out. Try and live in this world. You know, you want to be you, you want to be you. What's your name? You know, we'll call you that if you don't want to be called Joe. We'll figure out what you want to do, how you are, and we'll see if you can live not. And I think he's just gonna get attracted to her and fall in love with her. That's what I'm kind of thinking. And then that's how we got the two kids. Maybe it's theirs, you know, not his and Joel's, his and this person's. how good of a twist would that be? But can't wait to jump into the next episode. Thanks so much for clicking on the video today. Really do appreciate it. If you did enjoy, please smash the like on the button. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.